What's up, y'all? It's just Rondo. Welcome to my channel. What are we here for today? Married to Medicine is season 11, episode 7. Whew. Season 11, episode 7, child. I'm gonna call this It Might Be Time to Fade Some People Out. That's how I feel. I like Married to Medicine, but if we're gonna have this circular argument every episode about how Contessa and Heavenly don't get along and how, Sweet Tea and Heavenly don't get along, yeah, we're good on that. So honestly, I feel like Sweet Tea and Dr. Greg, it might be time to fade y'all out. Honestly, nobody would prefer having Dr. Greg over Quad. And these ladies really are not feeling Sweet Tea like that, like that. Like nobody over there really wants to have a relationship with Sweet Tea. And since she came over here and at every given moment called these ladies old, I don't feel like they want to be bothered with her in real life anyway. So yeah, they can go. Now it seems as though they've ushered in a new couple, Mimi and Steve Sanders. So, I guess we can see what's up with that. Um, She's a doctor and he's a former NFL player. So, let's see. We're testing the waters. We're at episode 7. We're testing the waters. I think that's smart. Rather than springing somebody on you like in the next season, I think it's much smarter to just test the waters and see how these people do. Sorry, but I feel like my lipstick is on my teeth. Y'all, don't let me have lipstick on my teeth. Anyway. Contessa and Dr. Scott, Dr. Contessa and Dr. Scott can go. I'm tired of Contessa screaming and hollering about her, her mama and, her husband. I went back and watched a lot of those episodes. I feel like that's a thing that I did over the holiday. I watched old episodes of Married to Medicine. And that episode where Contessa sat up there and cried down to whatever vacation they were at. They didn't go far. It was post-COVID, so people weren't really traveling like that, like that. And she was over there, like they were at the dinner table and they ambushed Scott, and she had Heavenly and Quad come in there, have a conversation with him because what was Dr. Scott over there doing? He was taking pictures of the lady that he was interviewing, looking at her Instagram and stuff, and down in the boom boom room telling these guys how fine she was and had her pictures and stuff saved to his phone. And they were like, bruh, you better delete those pictures. And he was down in the DMs with ladies that was like flashing him their body parts, talking about, oh, damn. And Contessa was crying and hollering and screaming down to the reunion about how she just tired and she just, girl, this is why we don't like Dr. Scott. So please stop trying to act like it was Heavenly. Heavenly is annoying for so many reasons, but that ain't even it, girl. That ain't why we get Heavenly gets on our nerves. After watching that stuff, I feel like Dr. Heavenly should repeat that every chance she gets. I think Dr. Jackie should be a friend of, honestly. She was over here, supposed to be representing the Black medical field, and then she flubbed up and told us like how she really feel about us, Black women, her patients. I don't know, like honestly, I feel like as a practice, Dr. Jackie is probably not the only one over there. I feel like if you go to her office, there are other qualified doctors with maybe a little more compassion for women in general. Because I don't think Dr. Jackie has a whole lot of compassion. Like when you go back to the very beginning, she always been telling people they fat and unhealthy. Why she walking around looking like the crypt keeper? But anyway, I think she should be a friend of. She can come through. She can show us her celebrity patients that are pregnant, and she can, come through, for the events and things. If she's the class that's supposed to be the class of the show, she should just be a friend of and, go be classy somewhere else. Dr. Simone, this is the thing about Dr. Simone. I feel like she should stay because Her and Cecil are kind of the life of the party. They got those kids over there that, we seeing how they're growing up. I'm not judging people's parenting because we all do it differently. And I'm not mad at Dr. Simone for having the means to provide shelter for her children, to give them baby steps to get out on their own. Some, more ambitious than others. So, Candace mama did the same thing. Like, we're not going to be mad at parents for being able to provide for their children outside the home when they have multiple places. She invested in a condo and put her kids in it. I love that. Now, her and him over there cleaning up behind the boys and stuff. I guess that was for our entertainment purposes, but I think Dr. Simone and Dr. Cecil should stay. They should be like the center of the group. Dr. Heavenly is messy. And in order for a reality show to work, you need a messy person that you don't take that seriously. The only way to avoid, really being mad at Dr. Heavenly is keeping her out of your business the same way she keeps you out of hers. But as, entertainment goes, she gonna say it and then she gonna take it back. And a lot of the times we sit over here on our soapbox, but we laugh at her ass for doing that. Anyway, I would say Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Damon should stay. I love how Dr. Heavenly's children all have taken on the demeanor of their father, thank God. They're just so very pleasant and soft in the way they communicate. But I guess if you got a mama going around doing all that howling and screaming that Heavenly does, somebody's just got to be quiet or it's going to be too much arguing going on. Toya and Eugene. I feel like Toya should stay. Toya gets on my ever-loving nerves, but I mean, she lives a life of a doctor's wife. She doesn't have to be a doctor in order to live a certain type of lifestyle. And she's also very dingy. Toya and Eugene have been here since day one, and I don't like, I'm not saying recast and things. I'm like, let's move some things around. I don't know what y'all were doing in Phaedra and why y'all brought her over here, and she's gone, so we don't have to worry about that. But I do like the idea of like moving new people kind of in the conversation halfway through the season so that the next season we're a little more comfortable whether they should stay in that place or not. Mila and Dr. Kieran, can they be at least friends of? Because Mila dresses very cute and Dr. Kieran is very funny. And they have little children over there that is fun to watch grow up. So, where do we start with this? Married to Medicine, not Married to Medicine. Love and Marriage Huntsville, we can dump it all together. Let's all set ourselves free. At this point, we're in a toxic relationship that we just can't walk away from. And I feel like, I'm walking away. That's all I have to say about that. I'll watch it if it comes back. But, word on the street is if Melanie walked around like acting like she was on her, final tour, I don't want to talk about them. But I think the show needs to go. Potomac needs some adjustments, and Married to Medicine just needs to fade some people out. That's how I feel about it. When I watch those old episodes and I've seen how much hollering and screaming Contessa does, like she's got a great body. That's it. That's all. I mean, I don't see nothing else. I mean, she's a doctor, but I feel like I would be afraid to go over there. Even her husband says she'd be being rough, and she seems like she would be. Allegedly, I don't know. I'm just saying. It's Dr. Simone be hollering and screaming. I don't know about that. Anyway, are we at the daggum? Yeah. So the episode starts with them being on their way to Heavenly's house. Heavenly is having to get together for her son because he's going to medical school to become a dentist. And, we're all very excited about that. Uh, what's her name? Dr. Jackie and Dr. Simone reminisce about, this is how long they've been in a relationship together as friends. She delivered her son, her 22-year-old son. who you didn't even let come to the graduation party because y'all were mad at each other. But we're past that, thank God. So we're on our way over here to celebrate somebody else's children. Simone asked, how's it going with the whole gala thing? And Jackie's like, oh my God, Phaedra is whack as a co-chair. She didn't do anything. And every time I try to reach her, she's like, girl, child. You know, they do their best Phaedra impression. But I mean, I feel like the things that they were saying about Phaedra were the things that we said when we found out y'all were casting Phaedra in the first place. Phaedra's out of here. Did Bravo make her write that huge ass check in order to exit her contract? That's funny. Anyway, um, I don't understand, honestly. Dr. Jackie is saying it's a week away from the gala, and her and Phaedra haven't been communicating. And I'm like, Jackie, this is your gala. So if Phaedra isn't communicating with you, you should have dropped her a long time ago. What does your planning situation look like? Dr. Jackie said, and my friend Dr. Heavenly jumped in to save the day. No, she didn't. She jumped in so that she could talk smack about Phaedra in a way that you would never do it. You know, Heavenly is going, put it on out there, start the shit, stir the shit. And Phaedra's going to make faces. And Quad is going to be cute and be like, y'all, see my new man. Anyway, like I said, Jackie, you waited a week. You waited a whole week. Oh, I mean, you waited until the last week. I'm finding this hard to believe, Dr. Jackie. Planning events is a lot of work. And so I feel like the event planning for the second annual, the first one is a small situation. It turned out nice, but if you're going to make it an annual, and I think the Med Gala should definitely be an annual thing, to raise money for whatever y'all are raising money for. I think that is a good charity. You know what I'm saying? But you can spread it around. Um, Getting football players and things involved when you're talking about charities. Now, let's see. Not a very good dresser, that made me. But I'm just saying, it's just, Dr. Jackie, you need a real team of people to be doing galas and things. Galas aren't easy. If planning isn't easy, it's not like a get together at your house where you can, throw some delivery food on a table and, enjoy the fight that's about to ensue. That's what we're doing over here. Quad and Phaedra and King are in the other car, and Quad is telling Phaedra what they're saying about her. And she's like, girl, they're out here in the streets. Dr. Jackie is saying, telling everyone that you aren't doing what you said you were going to do. You ain't done nothing over there. What did she say? She said you was, what did she say? She said, the people said you haven't done anything but talk shit and swallow spit. And I feel like that's probably all she's done. She got a lot of jobs, she said. I don't actually know what Phaedra does, but whatever she does, she can write a check for 100,000 for her money where her mouth is. That's what she said. Hmm. So everyone starts to arrive at the house. It's a cute lake house. I don't remember. I remember them going to buy that house some years back, some seasons back. Um, it looks really beautiful. For some reason, I thought they said they were going to turn it into an Airbnb, which is a great idea. I'm not comfortable with that boy on that boat in Lake Lanier. I'm just saying. Hopefully, it's nowhere near where, I don't like that it's on Lake Lanier, but it's lovely anyway. Um, she got a nice little spread out. I thought she said she was going to make it into an Airbnb. That's what I thought. And for an Airbnb, it makes sense. What's this man? King, has not met the men yet. This is his first time meeting the men. He was over there at Quad's birthday party where she was all like, look what I got. I found myself a king. And they were like, oh, shoot. Oh, my goodness. That's how that went. If you don't believe me, go back to Quad's birthday party. So this time he gets to meet the guys. And every time this man talks with his very deep baritone voice, I can't help but laugh because I can hear little Dr. Gregory in the back squeaking. It's just kind of funny. I think they're making it very weird how they're all like, oh my God, Quad has a man. Quad don't fool with y'all like that, like that. And so she took 14 whole months to decide. I mean, I feel like if people have been seeing each other for 14 months, they're definitely very much comfortable in each other's space. You know what I'm saying? And I can't see that he would be devoting 14 months of his life just to be on a TV show. Some people are out here playing the long game, but I feel like they like each other for real. And she's comfortable bringing him around these people. They know what it is. She probably made him sit down and look at episodes and be like, see that right there. That's where she betrayed me. He's been well coached and he's comfortable. Got businesses. Toya wants to know what Quad did in order to get a Rolls Royce. She don't have no baby. She don't have no ring. And the implication is that she's over here giving amazing blowjobs. And I'm like, I feel like all of y'all have reaped the benefits of the blowjobs y'all have given. Y'all have all been married for 20 some odd years. So, y'all ain't getting Rolls Royces and things, maybe. Those weren't your standards back when y'all was like, Toya, I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. With all the houses you bought, you could have got you a Rolls Royce. And for what you said in the past, the job probably wouldn't have been that hard to execute. Well, I didn't say that, she did. She talking about, is it an Atlanta thing? And I'm like, yeah, it is. All the girls got Rolls Royces, Portia and Shamia, and so Quad hangs out with them, and she wants one too. And her man is like, let me, he does luxury cars. You get his hands on a Rolls Royce, and then let her drive it around until she doesn't want to anymore. I feel like the value probably don't drop that fast. It's not a Honda. And if he's a dealer of luxury cars, he knows how long to let her hold on to that until she switches off into something else. It's a car. I mean, if you want to look at it, I would say Toya clearly is giving the better blowjobs because she has homes. Not all at the same time. I'm just saying. She seems like she's managed to be pretty comfortable for somebody who's in foreclosures and tax liens and things. I didn't see her move to no apartment like Robin did. The men sit around and they tell him, listen, these girls be fighting all the time. And my best advice to you is to just don't get involved in it. Just, listen to Quad, let her vent, and she can coach you on whatever. And, let them handle that. Just come over, hang around with us because this is what's going to happen. We're going to sit around smoking cigars, drinking drinks and things. And then they're going to be somewhere in another room screaming and hollering. So get used to that. And Quad, the one you chose, is one of the most dramatic of them all. Oh, I'm sorry, I had to look and see what that was. Toya. Toya is telling Phaedra that she's no longer in charge of vacations because her vacations sucked. She said the venue was cute, but she did a horrible job of bringing everybody back together. I was like, she barely knows anybody to bring them back together. And she brought Contessa and Sweet Tea over there just, I don't know, to go after Heavenly because they didn't serve any other purpose over there. Toya was making photo shoots. And I mean, I would say as a collective, whoever was planning events over there didn't do the best job of bringing anybody together. You included, Toya. I really wish they would stop the whole bring the people together thing and the sisterhood thing. Like, if we're going to be revamping reality shows, because it seems like they all need a revamp and an adjustment here or there, or to be just left alone altogether. This is where we're at with it. The people are bored. Bravo, OWN, WeTV, all of y'all. Where did that old stuff doesn't work. And with the way the world is crazy, ain't nobody over there trying to be entertained by Zeus. Those are things that we're trying to avoid in real life. Pop offs from crazy people. Anyway, people either are going to get along or not. And obviously, you have to tolerate each other in order to be on a show. But if everybody's getting along, Toya, then I guess we wouldn't have one. There's got to be some drama. That's why Dr. Heavenly is here. Toya's over there saying she feels like that Contessa and Tisha were left out. And I'm like, I know you don't mean left out of going to Dr. Heavenly's house. I'm not having them over here. This is a celebration of my son. I'm not inviting people to my home that I don't like. I would have had to call the police on Contessa and Sweet Tea. Did you see Dr. Jackie get caught up in the line of fire where Contessa started barreling through, slinging people around? Child, with her sidekick, Sweet Tea. Sweet Tea, huh? Well, Contessa was there longer. Who's your fake friend, girl? So stop acting like you're so shocked by that statement. She's not your real friend. She's just over here trying to get camera time. Every time the camera is around Contessa, her big mouth is going, even when whether she's in the shot or not. You always hear her in the background saying something. Nobody even talking to her. Toya says she wants Dr. Heavenly to apologize for the whole your mama thing. If Contessa is that bit out of shape by Dr. Heavily saying your mama, she should take a time out. That's why she doesn't go here or belong here. Dr. Heavenly is a juvenile that has been saying your mama since she got here. She has said everybody's mama at this point. And then Contessa screaming 2010, 2010. Girl, I just don't feel like your mama comment. This is how dirty and low they be getting. Contessa and Heavenly and Sweet Tea and Heavenly, all of them is real ignorant when it comes to fighting. So no, I'm not apologizing. Either we call it a truce or we don't. Dr. Heavenly says she not promises nothing she can't deliver the way Phaedra be doing. And I was like, well, there you go. Shots fired. We're going to fight Phaedra. Phaedra's not going to fight. She's, like I said, going to sit there and make faces. So here we go. This is the part where Dr. Heavenly jumps in on Dr. Jackie's behalf and addresses Phaedra how about she ain't did shit. And my friend called me all stressed out because you haven't been doing anything over to the Med Gala. And Phaedra's like, I'm not finna let y'all bitches be over here trying to act like I don't follow through on the things I say I'm gonna do. And then Quad's all like, bitches? What kind of bitches are we? What kind of bitches? Doctors that went to medical school? No, y'all are the kind of bitches that are unprepared, apparently, not to be event planning. If you're waiting a week before your event, before you're starting to address things and raise funds, things, how do you wait until a week before to be concerned about the funds and the fundraiser? And I don't feel like, 100,000, okay, that's a big number, but 50,000, they did raise 50,000. If you would have just set the bar at 50,000, you wouldn't have been stressing whatever the hell Phaedra is doing, besides bringing her $2,500 like everybody else. Jesus. Why you make her the co-chair? If she ain't been to none of the meetings, she don't have no chair. Girl, just write a check. Just make a donation because so-and-so's handling it. That's how that should have went. I'm just like, you're calling it a gala. Dr. Jackie is so highly revered, and I'm seeing like why wouldn't she have done something like this before? And you got all the resources. You're on Bravo. You got all the resources in the world to make this a thing. Is there a committee? I feel like there should be a committee of people who handle the venue business, make sure things are paid for, and the capacity is going to work and things. And then you have the committee, the person on the committee that's like in charge of donations. And maybe that should be like three people in charge of donations and, reaching out to your rich friends, Dr. Jackie, that you gave them a list to call because you're the celebrity doctor around there. Just saying. There's things that should have been happening. You think Phaedra was about to do all that? Yeah, you're sadly mistaken. That's not what Phaedra was going to do. What's the theme? Somebody needs to come up with theme. Yeah, I was real weak on the theme. I'm just saying, you definitely need some more, grandiose theme planners. I've seen prettier baby showers. So after they got past that, I mean, they just, who was it? Quad. Quad was like, well, how much are we donating? Like 3,000, or they decided that everybody should donate $2,500, meaning the cast, except for Toya. Toya's over there drinking her drink. Like she ain't volunteered or agreed to donate anything. And I heard Dr. Heavenly out here saying that she didn't. And I think that's ridiculously whack, Toya, that you can't donate $2,500. Like, is it that you're shading Jackie's event? Because at the end of the day, it's a good cause. I mean, please. She doesn't think they should ask Sweet Tea and Contessa for no money because they weren't invited to what? To Heavenly's house? That's silly. They're invited to the gala. And if they're going to attend the gala as a cast member, then they should donate their damn $2,500 or more if you want to. Because at the end of the day, it's a really important cause. See, this is the thing why I think Toya's so dingy because she just be, I don't know what she's on. And you don't even care about Sweet Tea like that, girl. So you don't hang out with Sweet Tea that you just think is so, or Contessa. You and Contessa was ready to pull each other's hair out. Y'all couldn't stand each other. She, like the rest of them, think you don't have any types of substance, Toya. They wind down the party, and Dr. Damon and Dr. Heavenly, give a little speech. Well, not Dr. Damon, but Dr. Heavenly gives a speech about, how proud she is of her son for going off to medical school. I feel like all of them there that have actually watched these kids grow up are super excited for him to, take the next step in his life. Um, yeah, so I wouldn't want, I mean, honestly, at the midst of all that, I would definitely not want Sweet Tea and Contessa over there to do what? They hate me. Sweet Tea and Phaedra meet up. They have a little gossip session about the get together that she wasn't invited to. And she understood. See, this is the thing, girl. It's a lot of stuff you're not even gonna be invited to. Because Dr. Heavenly's going. Those are all her friends. Jackie's not going to not invite Dr. Heavenly. Simone is not going to not invite Dr. Heavenly necessarily. I feel like Simone is in a good, comfortable place with her relationship with Dr. Jackie. So she'll pay Dr. Heavenly no mind like she used to. And they both got a big mouth. So if they go cuss each other out, they're definitely going to be loud together. Because you're going to need to be very loud in order to out scream Dr. Simone. Uh, Phaedra told Sweet Tea that Heavenly is willing to sit down at some point and have a talk with Contessa and smooth things out. And Sweet Tea is like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, she hasn't made any effort to smooth things out with me. And she's not. And I mean, in real life, who would? Y'all both went so far below the belt. There's nothing I would if I would see her at an event and probably not speak. We don't even have to, I can avoid dealing with her. If she says hi, then I'll say hi back. But, just to not make it weird for everybody else. But aside from that, what's she gonna do with you? Ciao. Phaedra over here gassing her up because low key, Phaedra wouldn't deal with you nowhere either. She'd be over there with Portia and them girls, the hot girls. And as much as you think you're bringing youth to the group, you're not. The hot girls is over there where what's this girl Quad be at? Don't look like you could go over there. That's why you're not needed here. What does Shani say? Thank you for your time. Have a nice day. That's not what she said. That's what I said, but it was the same sentiment. the Met Gala, the Enchanted Garden. And the garden wasn't very enchanted. I think they could have done a much better job on their, decoration. It looked like a, banquet room with high top tables and what do you call it? Why is my brain like this? It was just a banquet room with high top tables and, bouquets and flowers and things kind of around the room. If it's a garden, I feel like I didn't feel the foliage. Are flowers considered foliage or is that just leaves? I need more garden type. What was the theme last year? It don't matter, child. As long as they get the money, I guess. The people looked nice. Some more than others. Some not at all. So Dr. Jackie and Dr. Heavenly, they get there, so they can get dressed for the event. I did not see them moving no furniture or pushing no table. So I don't know why Heavenly is over here talking about, did Phaedra come and help do anything? Did she help you get anything together? Like y'all have some things leaned across the wall that are the stuff that's going to be auctioned off, which y'all needed a person on that too, like to secure like things, decent things that are going to be auctioned off. Revamp your committee, Dr. Jackie. That you knew daggone well Phaedra was not going to be down here pushing chairs around. And at the end of the day, like this is Dr. Jackie's event. And Phaedra quit back over at your house. She said, I have nothing else to do with this. She wasn't playing. She quit. She quit what she never started in the first place. And if she had intended on, picking up the balance for whatever they didn't make, because honestly, she said she got it. She got it covered, 100,000. She knows they're not going to go make no money. So, she picked up the half of whatever they didn't take. So as long as she does that, then what are you talking about? I would rather have somebody pick up the check than move the tables around. Heavenly, you mad about the wrong stuff. She made y'all wait to the last second too. I would really like an update on. I'll get there, child. Tacky Contessa, she says she didn't have no parts of the planning. Well, why would you have parts of the planning? Because at the end of the day, this is Jackie's event. You're not even on the show. Jackie is best friends with Heavenly. Heavenly saved the day. And you're super duper tacky. Like you're standing there right now with a Statue of Liberty crown on and a space reptile dress. I don't know what you're planning on being. I don't know, Statue of Liberty on the planet Lizard? What is happening with Contessa? Nobody wants your input. Just write a check, girl. Let's get into the looks now that I broke down Contessa's look a little bit. Toya. Toya looks like the side chick that shows up to the funeral just to piss off the wife of the dead man. It's a enchanted garden. She's dressed like in all black and, this itty bitty dress with her booty cheeks out. I feel like she was trying to go the opposite of whatever everybody else was doing, and it really didn't do what it was supposed to do. It was giving, one of those Tyler Perry movies, like The Mistress at the Funeral type costume. I don't know what in the Little House on the Prairie Simone was doing with them gold stripper shoes on, but with Simone, it's a miss more often than it's a hit, and that was definitely a home miss. She was in somebody's garden. Quad showed up in like a lace floral jumpsuit that I feel like we've seen her do more than once. So I feel like I've seen her do it better actually, but she's floral and it's gardeny ish. Oh my God, Sweet Tea looks like the toilet paper cover that you see in Abuelita's bathroom. Ugh. Sweet Tea, she can't get out the car. she can't really stand up straight. She got a lean on top of little Gregory's head. And I don't know what in the Cleopatra chains. Her and Contessa, were they like over at the Claire's picking crowns for the party together? Phaedra looks nice in a very soft, petally yellow dress. It was giving very demure, very cutesy, and very mindful. I wasn't even mad at her little, you know, bun pullback updo. Jackie and Heavenly looked nice. I don't know what garden it was. I didn't see a whole lot of floral. Jackie had like a big flower on her cooch. It was tasteful. You know, I didn't expect it. It's very Dr. Jackie and very Heavenly. So there's that. Phaedra said, y'all are silly if you think she can't write $100,000 check. And I was like, $100,000 is a lot of money, Phaedra. And if the doctors aren't pulling out their wallets to spend 100,000, then I don't know, you know, it is what it is. She said she got it. She allegedly got it. And just be careful, girl, because didn't Apollo get in trouble from letting you finagle finances and stuff, allegedly? I'm just saying. So we meet Dr. Mimi, and she's married to Steve Sanders, a former NFL player. Now, according to what the charts, you know, that you got to look and see the stats and things, and he wasn't there for very long. I feel like he played with the Lions, they said, and I can't remember who else. The Commanders, he played for them. Then he did some overseas football. So, you know, he's an NFLer and she's a doctor. That's an interesting combination. Their choice of fashion is interesting. Not great, either one of them. They both kind of look full, to be honest. But I feel like, Sweet Tea, you're introducing us to your replacement. Wonder who she's going to bond with. It'll be interesting to see. Dr. Scott didn't come because apparently he's scared of Heavenly. And that's what Contessa said in so many words. That's ridiculous. I'm a socialite, so I'm not going to let Heavenly um, keep me from going to any events. We know, girl. Dr. Scott is scared of Heavenly. Wasn't he at the he was at the Freaknik that the Whitmores threw, and Dr. Heavenly was there, and I didn't see them interact with each other. She didn't say nothing new. She said the same shit she said the last time. And so that's why she's not there. We just gonna blame everything on Dr. Heavenly now. Scott's not here because it's Dr. Heavenly. Well, that's crazy. I feel like based on the subject matter that Dr. Jackie should have went ahead and let Phaedra or the man who was representing the organization or both of them do the talking. I don't think we want to hear you talk about it, Dr. Jackie. Just keep coming over here with your galas and raise money to help, you know. We don't want to hear you talk about it anymore. Now the auction starts, and when I tell you this was ridiculous, like this Dr. Jackie, since it's your event, like last week when your person that was in charge of, you know, auction items was bringing the list to you. Did that not happen? Don't seem like that happened. We're auctioning off a trip to Morocco without any flight accommodation for $4,000. That's lame. That's lame. Change the trip then. One that includes a resort, a very nice resort, and I feel like you can do more with $4,000 than go get yourself to Morocco. Now I'm afraid of where you got me staying and what's going on. That's raggedy. You can hear Contessa in the background. She's every event they have. She's always in the front, mic'd up, being loud. You hear her talking all the time throughout the whole daggone scene. I bet you they got to edit her big mouth out of half of the time. $3,000 to cook with Quad. Why? Y'all are playing. Y'all just came up with this at the last minute. Cooking with Quad. Can Quad cook? I guess maybe she does. I don't know, child. $4,000 for a date with Phaedra. And when I tell you, I hollered when Dr. Heavenly said, Dr. G, It was rude, but I'm just saying. She did say he was required to pay her $4,000 in order to date her. So he said he wished he had gave it to her. So, you know, that shit was funny to me. I'm sorry. Um, NFL Steve Sanders paid $5,000 for a bowl that quad blew. Hmm. Now the people was over there saying that Quad was a good blower, and I'm not trying to imply that she was over here blowing Mr. Steve Sanders, but he came out of pocket from $650, I think is what they asked for, and he just said $5,000. And he just came there to donate $5,000 and he wanted to do it publicly, so he spent it on a bowl. Where's his wife gonna put that? I know where I would put it, not on my coffee table. At the end of it all, they raised $53,000, wax, prizes and all. Some, not all of them were. Like Dr. Jackie auction, she gave away an O shot for $500, and they're usually like $1,200, I think. So I think that's a good auction item. And then Dr. Keen, what's his name? Mia's husband, Kieran. Dr. Kieran gave away, them ladies like a Botox filler package. He didn't give it away, but he auctioned off. Those are good, prizes. But they was like for $3,000 to go cook with Quad, y'all just cut that out. Ciao. I know one thing after that, actually, Dr. Mimi can't find out, like, so how long y'all been dating? What's going on with this? And King is like, it's been 14 months and we're exclusively seeing each other. He doesn't seem so much worried about it. He does have his number memorized. I guess him and Quad went over it and like how long they've been seeing each other because the people need a timeline. They wanted to know, when did you meet this man that you've kept from us, that we aren't friends like that anyway. Ciao. Quiet, how do you know this man? Why is he spending $5,000 on a bowl? You're like, hey, Steve. Yes, bring them back. I'm curious to see whether Dr. Sanders and Quad will get along. They have no reason not to. I'm just saying. I'm reading, probably far deeper into this than it actually is. Next week, we'll see. We get to meet Dr. Mimi and we get to know her a little bit better. This goofy girl, Sweet Tea, thinks she's over here bringing a friend on the show. And I'm like, girl, she about to take your job. Hey, she about to take your job. What else? Next week, Toya throws a baby shower. I don't know what the trick to that is, but I mean, I guess we'll have to see. But we know she's got something foolishness, probably some trick to try to get people back together as friends, as if. Is Phaedra on speed dating? That's what that looked like that is. Yeah, it's time for her to go. I don't really like it when they fill up the show with stupid things like that. I would rather see Phaedra go somewhere with her kids and let them, just engage with them and talk about current events or something. That would make Phaedra be more real. Her kids are really smart and intelligent, so I would rather see her do that than go on a speed date. That's a waste of everybody's time. Sweet Tea is trying to throw Dr. Heavenly out of somewhere. Like I said, Sweetie, I will see if you're going to be around. Dr. Heavenly will never. Where about you? She gonna go back and forth with you? Hopefully not. Hopefully not. We don't want it. But girl, we'll see if we see you next season. Probably not. That's my prediction. That's how I feel about it, y'all. Like the video, subscribe to my channel, and before I go to bed tonight, I for sure will get into Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Bye, y'all.